Alright, what's up YouTube? So, first of all, we all are hyped because we just had the live stream. But I wanted to talk about a few things regarding Genshin Impact. Mainly, let's just talk about Nintendo Switch. And Genshin Impact was supposed to be released on Nintendo Switch like at launch. And it's been pushed back and pushed back. I'm going to talk about some speculation here. It makes sense to me. So this is my own opinion. I'm someone who loved Breath of the Wild. I also love Genshin Impact. Breath of the Wild was an amazing game, in my opinion. If Breath of the Wild didn't exist, Genshin Impact never would exist. There's too much direct copying of what looks like the mechanics and structure of the game through climbing, using your bow and arrows. Even the transitions between the rising shrines and also when you go into shrines. That was an epic lightning hit right there. Anyway, just in my opinion, it's just blatantly obvious. So what do I think happened? I think some people at Nintendo probably wanted to make money and they thought Genshin Impact's huge. Why don't we put it on our platform? And I think you had some very principled, very hardworking game developers that were probably a little bit upset that their game got copied so much. Now, I think overall, before you all like hate about what I'm saying, I think overall it's a good thing for both Genshin, which is obviously different than Zelda Breath of the Wild in a lot of unique ways, and Breath of the Wild 2. Why do I say that? Because it's forced Nintendo to be like, you know what, we're going to actually put trademarks on game mechanics. And I don't know if this is something that's happened before. But I saw this, and you can go check it out. I'm not going to go do a ton of research for you, but go do your own research. There's trademarks revealing mechanics for Breath of the Wild 2, and the only reason I can think is they saw how easily Genshin Impact took over their IP, basically. I mean, obviously they made it their own, and I love Genshin Impact, but if you played Breath of the Wild, I mean, it's a clone in a lot of ways, you know? So that's just... I don't think you're going to see a Switch release of Genshin Impact ever. I don't think it's going to happen. And I think Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be absolutely incredible because you're going to have all of Japan's pride on it. And now this is why it's a good thing, because we're spurring competition. But I also feel like it leaves Genshin in a little bit of a weird spot, right? And I wanted to reflect on some of this, like mainly with the Abyss. I'm someone who doesn't understand this, so am I the only one that thought this? We're going to transition now. You got the Abyss going to floor 12, and it just keeps resetting and getting harder. We have so many characters, even if you're just free to play, right? Like, how many characters do you have? Like, so many. Now, how many do you use in the Abyss? You use 8. 2 teams of 4. At what point are we going to use 3 teams of 4? Use 12. And 4 teams of 4. 16. I feel like it makes it so much more dynamic. It adds more rewards. It makes it much more interesting. It's harder to get those rewards. Like, why couldn't you see a floor 13 and 14, maybe even 15 and 16 that all use 3 teams, and then a 17, 18, 19, and 20 that all use 4 teams? And if it's too much rewards, you set the reset dates further out. So for the 13 through whatever, it resets 4 weeks instead of 2, like the current Abyss. And then for the other one, it resets 8 weeks. And they make them extremely challenging, and you have to build up a lot more characters. I think it adds a lot to the game. Personally, that's just a reflection that I have. I kind of feel like I get sick of making 2 teams and clearing the Abyss. And I think it would be kind of forcing you to think a little bit more. It would make more characters, like, you'd have to find more synergy. You'd have to use 16 characters. You can't just rely on Bennett, Xiangling, Xingqiu, and Zhongli all the time. Like, it would be sweet. So why they don't do that, I have no idea. Also, more reflections, like, what's up with them not encouraging exploration and combat? Like, the new current event or whatever is so easy. I absolutely obliterated it without trying. And I know my account's cracked and I'm day 1. But like, this deceitful domain, It's day 2. There's a whole nother day and a whole nother level, and I've already got all the rewards. I was like, what? What is this event? I mean, I guess there's like a one-time clear reward of 60 Primo Gems I don't have. But, and I know I didn't do the max difficulty, right? Like, I only got 7,500 here and 7,000 here. If I did that in one try, and, like, when you go to the event rewards, that's all you need from the energy amplifier. Or is it, where's the rewards? I don't even know where the rewards are. Well, that's great. They're somewhere. I don't know, but anyway, whatever rewards you get from it, there's that little list, right? You get the weapon materials. It was just done in 2 days, so it was also very easy. So I'm just wondering, like, okay, so the game is extremely easy for me. Obviously, I've got a lot of 5-star characters. I've got a lot of 5-star weapons. But, like, why aren't I using them? Like, imagine, it just seems like they're making 100 million plus a month. Where's the money going? Like, why aren't we developing content? Or why aren't we pushing the boundary higher? Like, why, you know, I think at some point we're going to have to go to 6-star characters, 6-star weapons, and 6-star artifacts, and also, like, level, I don't know, 120 cap or 105 or something, because people are just too capped out, and it's like, what are we supposed to do? But they have to up the rewards they give us too. So I don't know what they're gonna do with the game, but Breath of the Wild 2 is coming. You see gacha game after gacha game eyeing Genshin Impact, and you see like Tower of Fantasy, and there's a few other ones going around. I forgot the names, but I've seen some incredible gameplay. Go do some searching, you'll see them, you'll know what I mean. And again, they look like clones of this. They look like clones of Genshin Impact. A lot of them do. But if they do it better, it didn't matter that this was a clone of Breath of the Wild. This game is doing amazing, right? So when is Genshin going to step it up, guys? I don't really see them making any moves that are looking at like long term. It's really strange. You have this huge amount of whales and like diehard people that just want to have some content, and none of the content is permanent. So maybe giving them the benefit of the doubt, they are doing like some behind the scenes, really like investigating like new scaling of like new ways to level up your characters, new ways to push your characters further beyond the max in the current game, and more sustainable like end game. But they've waited so long. We can't just get new areas and events. It's not fun, and it's too easy. Like I'm like, I look at like some of my artifacts, and it's just like, I don't know, they're so good that it's like, I'm not gonna do better than this. Like the amount of time and resin it takes, you know, like there's so many like that, you know, where you're just like, okay, that's the best one I'm gonna get. Like, I'm not gonna get something that, and these aren't even my best artifacts, but you know what I mean? Like, how do you know, and why do I even need that? For what? Like, so the events that are super easy that I could just clear, and I have like a full day handicap of points to get the rewards too. So like I could have cleared on half the difficulty both the other days and been getting all the rewards still. So it's like, what? I just don't see where they're going. Like, the game was not advertised as a visual novel. It wasn't advertised as like a create your own teapot adventure. Like, it was advertised as combat, mechanics, adventuring, dungeons, bosses, exploring, end game. Where is all that? Where is it at? Enkanomiya, even in the live stream, they said that there's a new Pyro Abyss Mage Lector that's going to do all this stuff, but veteran players might find it easy. What? Make a hard zone. Make a hard mode. Why is it so hand-holding? I cannot understand. Maybe it's just the fact that I'm a Western gamer, and maybe gacha games are just trash. And Genshin's a trash game, and I just see the potential. I don't know. Prove me wrong, man. I would love Genshin to be awesome, but the way it's going, I feel like it's an idle game at this point. And I mean IDLE, idle. Like it's probably both. It's an IDOL and IDLE game. Log in, do your thing, get out. That's the game right now. And like, why do anything else? There's nothing hard to do. And every 6 weeks, you will have a week of content. at the end of the week because it's gated to like psychologically make you want to play. Like, freaking lame, dude. I don't know. That's my rant on some of that stuff. So let's just try and summarize. I don't think Genshin Impact's ever coming to Nintendo. I think you're going to see Nintendo with these trademarks and copyrights on game mechanics. I wonder, like, that's a new thing, right? Or maybe it's not. Maybe I'm totally wrong. It just seemed like new to me when I heard it, and I was like thinking about that because it was very obvious to me and anyone who's played Breath of the Wild for 100 hours how much this game copied it. It doesn't mean there's not differences. That doesn't mean it's not unique. But just like the base of this game is just built as Breath of the Wild. It's just undeniable. Like all the mechanics and physics and everything work the exact same way. I think that even the menu systems, you could see it a lot. Like just because they turned the stamina bar into a line instead of a circle, and they didn't let you get as much stamina, like that doesn't change the fact that there was like a huge piece of Breath of the Wild that was used to build this, which again, I think that's a good thing. I think it's made Nintendo work harder, and I think it's made people that want to clone Genshin work harder, and hopefully we'll get some fire on these guys to do something cool. So I would like to see 6-star characters, more levels in the Abyss, more in-game content, respawning chests, a reason to go out in the world, a reason to have, like, why do we have artifacts that are this good? Why do you have C6 constellations? Is it really just to do the same content super fast? It's so lame to me. If that's the case, my advice to you when you're like wishing and building characters, just C0 R1 weapons. Like, if you're trying to get a weapon, roll on the weapon banner until you get 1, stop. Maybe 2 if you really like it. And then roll for the characters C0 and stop. You know, because you don't need them. Like, there's C3 Shogun, C2 Shogun, so good. Guess what? C0 Shogun beats everything you need in the game. So, I don't know, guys. What do you think? What's up, guys, in the chat from Russia? Putting your stuff in the chat. That's cool. Anyway, like and subscribe if you like the video, guys. I'm just starting out on YouTube, so these videos are trash, I know. But we're just going to keep making one a day, and then we're going to see where it goes from there. But peace out from America. Much love. Merry Christmas. Hopefully Genshin gets better. That's what we all want, right?